Why, hello, everybody that's out there on YouTube. It's your boy Maxwell coming at you with this next installment of Maxwell's Reviews. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a very cool, very much highly anticipated figure that's been released this year in the Transformers line. That of the Transformers Generations Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 Blurr. So let's get going into today's video review. And so here we have Blurr, the Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 Blurr, opened up out of his packaging and in his vehicle mode. Now to get started, first and foremost, like always, as long as I've got it, we'll take a look at the packaging. And since I still have his packaging, wrong dial, I'm going to raise up our camera a little bit. Take a look at the box. Here we got a nice picture. Here we got a nice box. Transformers Legacies 8+, Hasbro Transformers. He is Blurr. Now he is stylized on his IDW iteration, but since we do have Tarn coming soon, oh, how exciting! Anyway, I'll put him off to the side. Here we got the Velocitron / Speed Planet insignia. Here we got a picture of him in his vehicle mode. Here we got the actual image there of the toy version, which is very nice. Transformers Legacy, Transformers Generations, Takatomi, Transformers Legacy. Here we got a lovely image here of Blurr in his robot mode. It kind of spans across, which is pretty cool. And of course, Transformers Authentic. And here we got some Cybertronian, something in Cybertronian. If someone wants to tell me what that translates to in the comment section, please do. I greatly would appreciate that. On the bottom, we just got words, barcodes, of things, Transformers, more than meets the eye, Speed Planet, EAC. And, here's another image here of Blurr, Transformers Legacy. On the back of the box, we just got a couple of obligatory product shots. He's got his thingy. He transforms. 15 steps, recycle, paper, yada, yada, yada. There we got that. So, moving right along, as I already stated, here we have Blurr in his vehicle mode. And it's a very cool, very nice figure. As I stated in the last review of Override, this figure here, this style and version of Blurr, is a heavy retool of the Studio Series 86 Blurr. And you'll see that when I bring him in. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at the detailing on him. Lots of nice molded detailing that can be found on him. We got the Autobot sign tampographed on there underneath this transparent light blue plastic. Here we got a couple of nice faux wheel designs. They are fake wheels. They do not roll. This figure, much like the other, as his Studio Series version, does not have wheels, and so he cannot roll. Here's the back. He's got a couple thrusters, which are still blast effect compatible, which is a very cool, very nice feature that's been carried on. And all around you could see a lot. I mean, you could definitely tell certain bits are still the same, like this whole section here is still the same. That's still the same. You'll see that here in a little bit. This whole sitting area is still the same. But I mean, you got this fake wheels, this front section, and you'll really see more of the changes and stuff when we get him into robot mode. And now, for comparison, first off, here he is next to the Titan's Return Blurr, so that way you can see how these two look together. And he's a bit smaller, obviously, but oh well, such is life. Not too bad looking though. Still like this guy. He shall zoom off on his wheels. Here he is with another Deluxe class bot, the Earthrise / Kingdom Wheeljack, which he should hopefully get a review here within the next couple months. Get a sense of scale that line. They're about the same size in vehicle mode. There you got that. Here he is with my last review, the Voyager class Override, so you can get a sense of... sorry, that's bugging me. Get out of here. Override, so you can get a sense of scale that way. Yeah. Roll away! Whee! And last but certainly not least, for vehicle mode comparisons, here he is next to the Studio Series 86 Blurr. So we can see roughly how much has all been changed in comparison to the vehicle modes. You can see new nose cone, obviously new front sections, new thruster bits, but you can still see there are still a lot of things that these two share together. But we'll get to see more of that when we get him into his robot mode. Now, Blurr does come with a couple of accessories, them being the arc welder piece thing, which I'm thinking I might rename as an Energon dispenser, because Blurr eventually in the IDW comic books actually does start serving, owns McAdams' old oil house, and so he does actually take over that. And so this can be our Energon dispenser. And he also comes with the gun. These are the exact same accessories that came with the 86 Blurr and the Shattered Glass remake of Blurr as well. Storage for these is the exact same, utilizing a couple of this weird rectangular tab and one of these back slots on the gun. You can just tab that in like so, and then take this piece and bring it tab it in like so, and there you go. There you got your weapon storage. Woo, yay for weapon storage. So there you go. So that basically pretty much does it and takes care of it of Blurr in his vehicle mode. Yeah, very cool, very nice. I love this design. So let's get into his transformation into his robot mode. Now, his transformation is exactly the same as the 86 Blurr, but for the sake of this video, we'll still show it off. To start off with, we're going to fold the seat down and take this whole section and turn that around. Then we don't have to worry about that. What are we going to do from here? I guess from here, we're going to take his heels and untab them from the shoulder sections, and we'll just kind of point them in a little bit so that way then we have free range of the shoulders. We are going to untab the shoulder sections from this tab in this slot and this tab in that slot, and we'll bring it up and out, bring up these actual since we untab these, we'll fold that up, and then this tab will go into that slot there, and bring the arm up like so. Do the same on the other side. Just untab that, start bringing it up, bring this up and around, bring this up, and that will tab into place. From there, we are going to open his legs like so, bring his legs down, and going to untab, separate them. I do not. Okay, so one of the best things to do and to be aware of, though, is that this clip here, this tab here, oh, if my camera will focus, is actually like a hook tab, and so you want to slide it into place, but it's also tabbed in with this peg into this hole here, so be aware of that. So separate the legs. We're going to take this fin piece, and we're going to flip that in, and then we're going to close his leg up, and bring his foot down, close his leg up, bring his foot down, And there we go. There we got his legs all said and done. And so now moving up. Don't have too far to go. We're going to bring his arms down like so. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to twist this whole section and assembly around. Flip, start bringing this down. We'll reclose that all up. And then bring this down. And now this has been slightly re-engineered to actually... Here, let me quick get my light on so you can see. It does actually have a partial hook tab onto it. And so that will come around and that will kind of just slightly lock that in place so that way it's not so free roll around. Do the same on the other side. Rotate it around. Bring that down and around. Tab that in. Close that panel back up. And there we go. And that light does not do him any good. We're going to turn that off. And now we're going to just take the nose cone assembly, bring that all back on this double hinge, and then from there, these two tabs will go into some slots onto his back, and the armature will also help to lock it all in place. And voila! There we've got Blurr. Here. And just a camera. Come down a little bit. In his robot mode. And he looks really cool, really nice. I love how this version of Blurr is designed. As soon as they announced the Speedia 500 line and they announced that Blurr was going to be among them, I'm like, okay, let's see what he's like. And then I saw he was IDW stylized. I'm like, oh, yes! All right, so let's get in close here so we can better look at the detail. We can see very much a comic design style on his head sculpt, which is very cool, very nice. Again, some of the detailing and stuff from the 86 Blurr, specifically in his legs, transferred over, but his whole upper body looks all new. Yes, he still has his forearm kibble, and he does have a backpack, but hey, I mean, all things considering, he looks pretty good if you ask me. And I say so myself because this is my channel. I'll say what I want to say. Articulation for this guy. The base of the head is on a ball joint, so he can move it around a little bit. He can look up a little bit, and he can look down, and he can look from side to side, and he can kind of tilt. Arms are on a soft ratchet and can do a full 360. They can move in and out. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have about maybe a little bit over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist, unless if you untab this, but that doesn't rotate the one way, it only goes the other way. So do with that as you may. Waist rotation. Legs can go forward that far. They can go back that far. He can go do a full splits. He does have thigh rotation. He does have about 90 degrees of bend at the knee. Feet can go up, mostly due to transformation. They cannot go down, but he does have some pretty good, loose though, mind you, ankle tiltage. Now you can also give him his accessories. He can hold them in either hand. You can have him have the welder or energon server in the one and the blaster in the other, or do whatever. I usually have him displayed on the shelf with the blaster in this hand, and this actually just tabbed in onto his back because I don't see him having a purpose in really having it. I'm not a fan of the welder accessory piece. Here we go. But I mean, hey, he has it, so oh well. I guess that's one of those things that we just have to deal with. So there you go. And now for comparison. For starters, here he is next to his Titan's Return self, so you can see they're about the same height, including even with the little antenna piece. There you got that. Here he is next to Wheeljack. And Wheeljack's tiny. He's really short. Really teeny tiny. So there you got that. Here he is next to Jazz, the main man, Jazz. See how these guys look together. That actually is a really good looking combo. It really is, if you ask me. I do love this guy. I'll get more into that into his review though. So whoop. Here he is next to Override. Get a sense to see how she scales with Blurr again. She's taller, obviously. For the sake of another comparison, he'll be reviewed here in a few weeks. Here he is next to Legacy G2 G-Axis. Oh, man, he's tiny compared to him. Although, if I were to compare him to some of the leader class figures I got, yeah. There we got that. And last but certainly not least, here he is next to his mold buddy, that of the Studio Series 86 Blurr. So now you can really see what all they changed and what all they kept the same. Obviously, new head sculpt, new shoulder pieces, forearms are the same, different crotch plates, same legs, but all around it still feels like a new toy. So that's always a good thing. And so, whoop, and there you go. And so there you have it, my video review of the Transformers Generations Legacy Deluxe Legacy Speedia 5 Velocitron Speedia 500 Deluxe Class Blurr. He is a really cool, really fun figure. I've had fun transforming him, playing with him, and putting him on my shelf with some of my other IDW characters. Granted, of course, the only one being that I have right now being Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. But hopefully soon I'll have another one. Hopefully maybe that Generation Springer. I've been looking to buy him. But that's beside the point. We're focusing on him. He's a really cool, really fun figure. And would I recommend him? Absolutely. Now that the Transformers Legacy line and Legacy Evolution is going to be delving into the IDW comic book characters, we're getting Tarn now. And, I mean, if you've already have them, you got the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus, you've got the Generation Springer, Generation Sandstorm. Characters who are from the comics that are now getting their own toys. And it's like, yeah, sure, go for it. Get him. He's a great person for your IDW shelf. Or if you don't have a Blurr, then pick him up. Although, as of the time of this recording, there's still like 3 copies of this toy still on my shelves at my local Walmart. So, but if you want this style of him, I highly recommend it. Now, the Speedia 500 collection series is a Walmart exclusive. And so if you want your own copy of him, I will put a link to get him in the description down below so you can get yours. No, it does not have any promos. No, it does not benefit me in any way, shape, or form. It's just for your sake. And so I think that'll just about do it for this video. So thanks for tuning in to this latest installment of Maxwell's Reviews. And until next time, fun people, stay safe and be ready for more reviews coming your way. Hey gang, thanks again for tuning in to this latest installment of Maxwell's Reviews. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel by clicking here. And please be certain to check out this other video review. And also be certain to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with whomever you think might like it. All the help really helps me out. And so again, until next time, fun people, camera fall down!